All right, I was your phone. I'm sure, Bibia. So there's something coming up. There's this bill, Honorable St. George, Ediba, say, or the core parliament, and we have from now to 14th November. That's our bill, no, on my passing, and then you people know, say, since I know the NDC, you know. Or majority, super majority in parliament. And the bed deem say, Sa bill no beko parliament minority for better my challenges our bill no. And the only thing Ghana for ye better my yen say, or say ye did if I Asem no. Because anyway, it's out of politics. It's say we MPP, we NDC. Mukai who say, a lot of youth in this country say bill way, passing bill way. Near man, what bill no more, Ebusia? A be hard dream, papa. Freedom of speech now. We have been enjoying long time now. Yen to me, yasa, freedom of speech beam. The NDC youths now more up with so. Mukai who say. You people should try and fight a munkasa chiremun when you phone say. That same freedom of speech now edimuba power no. And no go emra and honorable Jata. Any the NDC for bimu see they are trying everything possible to criminalize it. So same noise now. Mu ye ewo opposition. Obia anchim obia nyam hwe no later umkramu bikra beka say they are whistle blowers on no abusia me see Sam George criminalize this and yamane nyina niam onu waye kasafia waka in opposition and ne waba mu. But see, you be criminalize this and man. Ebusia, me see, NDC you should be afraid of this bill now ever. The same as an MPP. We NDC for NDC youth, muna ose musuro sa bill no pa, bill na ever no. Muna ose musuro sa bill no pa. Because say NDC to me pass this bill now. Munim the ekoso ewo Nigeria, EFCC to me sorry obiafie to me stop you na ya age food na ya operate food san money na and not be na eba ebusia enti NDC foi NDC youth na mo up we so mudodo na o se mun sorry na mun kasa se na be ya mo penfo betie mu because omo yes omo dis law no buy na ebechi MPP for bi mu me ka kire bu say ombe fi abemu handi na mu NDC for na mbe bre papa na mu NDC youth amwa apwe so mu ni anu kranse mbe kasa mu na mbe bre mo because mu ayebi mu be yebi ama MPP for ene o wo apwe so kasa ma we NDC no ebe ya wo de wo ba china bi a better time. And na me see NDC youth no muna ose mu kasa fan bill we humpan. Because if this thing should happen in MPP, Mekembi, mean to manum because this bill na eba no. Abuja musha bill no mo niama na ewu mu one entity o. Yes, 2 me na ye di ma St. George nko no. Kokoto or bet to me jelu or bet to my bibia bi 2 mina yedi manu sa same 2 mina na yedi ma EFCC e Nigeria mu share the way EFCC and to be brown rank of fie yet to me who na mane ya stop you can ya ajifo na ya search so me see these people they can that power way say ya oma anya hwiamfa ho a me see mu kasa NDC for NDC youth na mo kasa ma NDC me see mun kasa because ye dey say bia ye kan o meka say propaganda na say ye government na power nti na me see NDC youth na mo up we so mun sorry na mun kasa because and pay bebre no. If government are bad, say government the policies some things bad. At that moment, you know, they don't get to experience it too. But homo fear be moi na salon et me di omu papa. And see, Mr. NDC for say you people should talk and massa bill now. Sam George, Honorable, see, or the ban. You people should talk. You people should talk. Oh, Mukasa and ne. We have only from now to 14th November. Say the Bayasa bill no pass. They will not pass that bill. This is the reason why I'm to abandon because a lot of youth, a lot of any NDC for Ankasano, I didn't edimu ba bemuno. I didn't edimu ba bemu. It is because of say yamamu free speech. A lot of these things now, mumuk to me kasa mu to me can be biachere na no dan kwakufa no. Sa free speech no and the NDC ba power. But today, obviously, they are coming to criminalize it. Me see, who kind yama na ewo? Share me phone krabeto. Who kind yama na ewo bill no ma? We yembeso. It's the NDC for me don't me see. NDC youth, sorry na mun kasa achira mo painful. Bukas achira mo painful. You people know how loud Sam George has been. Sam George has been loud in opposition. He can't say be brayane or see what be criminalized. That same thing now. And the man power and now oh enjoy, you know, he's coming to criminalize it. Forget to say I buy me to us, I buy say be no Honorable Sam George, you know, young Koyan issue, but who ordinary NDC member who can sama party no. As is ya uni sa free speech say ube to na kansa no una uhube like una obe face Asem no it's your best remu NDC youth mun sorry na mun kasa NDC youth mun sorry na mun kasa o me see mun sorry na mun kasa na ene de say omu de ta be o ba e DMPP fo be o de ba china bi who say NDC will not stay in power forever. It's either you and I, we stand on ground and let them know, say no, that bill cannot help us in Ghana. So what is the freedom of speech for? Freedom of speech now, which has helped you people to be in power. And then who say okay, what did they mean? Where did they mean we into? Who say over no? Yes, baby, I would feel like if you are we got him, yes, no. See, NDC youth, where dear, me the jam, Muamunko, Namunjum, some more platform, WhatsApp platform, moon discussing some way. You people have voice, Munkasa no Muntiamun. Because me say no when they be do by China be I just say be who say we jai because you bet to mass you phone at any time they are set you phone so you bet intimidation pound intimidation and now one thing to I was happening say at the end of the day you can find out say you are innocent there's no compensation you ain't compensate you mouth there's nobody that is going to be responsible for that. But somebody now you be mad or bet too much no I just get film same like you mouth easier you bet body all for cocoa to know what judge no I can't be no I jail you. There mutina or muka say where the politics this is the truth. We say I found who and then they also found where China be found me catch them. Until NDC you te moon sorry. Na the eba as soon say yo yamishra nyina.
See, the new cybersecurity amendment bill is not a cybersecurity reform, but then it's a control reform. And if it passes, it will give just one government agency more power over your digital life than any law in Ghana. So let us go through it step by step. starting with Section 4A, which is the new powers of the Cybersecurity Authority. Now, this section gives the authority power to investigate and prosecute cybercrime, not just regulate it. That means the same institution that writes the cybersecurity rules can also decide who breaks them, investigate the case, and prosecute the person. That's 3 powers in one body. They also get to certify and regulate emerging technologies like AI, blockchain, cloud, whatever. So if you are building tech in Ghana, they can decide whether your product is secure enough to exist. I mean, that's not security. That's just a way to centralize control. And let's go to the next section, which is Section 20B, the police powers. The bill says that the Director General or the Deputy Director General and the officers of the authority will now have the same powers as police officers. So they can arrest, they can search, they can seize your property. But unlike the police service, this new cyber police won't report directly to the IGP. They will report directly to the authority under the Ministry of Communications. That's Honorable Sam George. That's new police force operating under a regulatory agency. Now let's talk about the next section, which is the Section 31, which involves the money. Now this section funds the authority with 12% of communication service tax, 9% of corporate tax, and 50% of all fines and penalties under the act. So in other words, the authority makes money when it fines and punishes people. Now this is a self-financing system. The more people they arrest or punish, the richer the institution becomes. I mean, that's direct incentive to overreach. Now the next section is Section 35 to 37, which is the critical information infrastructure. This section allows the minister to declare any system as critical. It could be your telecom company, it could be your bank, it could be your hospital, your startup, hosting business. Once it's declared critical, you must register it, pay annual fees, and give the authority access to your internal systems. That's for inspection and for auditing. Now, this will open door for the state to access private infrastructure across sectors. And refusal comes with a heavy penalty. And let's talk about the next section, which is Section 49. That involves licensing and cybersecurity services. No one can offer any cybersecurity service, even for free, without government license. That includes ethical hackers, IT consultants, even non-profit doing privacy work. So without accreditation from the authority, your works becomes illegal. And that's how they quietly kill independent oversight. The next section is Section 57 to 57C, which is cyber hygiene certification. Now, the authority will run a new cyber hygiene scheme, and they will set prices, approve who can offer certifications, and collect 30% of revenue from every certification done. So the authority that regulates you, audits you, and also can profit from you all at once. And let's talk about the next section, which is Section 59A to Section 59K. That's the enforcement powers. This is the most dangerous part of the entire bill. Now, it gives the authority nearly unlimited power. And here's how these sections say in simple English. Now, they can arrest, they can prosecute anyone who violates cybersecurity standards. They can freeze your bank account, property before the court even approves it. They can compel you to hand over your information, your data during an investigation, and they can get court orders in secret to access your digital data. They can enter and inspect your premises, sometimes even without a warrant. So we have full surveillance, full policing power concentrated in one agency without clear judiciary checks. And once that exists, it won't stop cybercrime. It will be used against journalists, critics, and even political opponents. That's how digital control begins, always in the name of security. Let's talk about the next section. That's Section 66, 67A, and 67B. That will criminalize speech. So this section introduces cyberbullying and false information clauses. They make it a crime to spread false or misleading information online with penalties up to 5 years in prison. But who decides what's false? The same authority that enforces the act. So if you criticize a government official and then they call it false, you are now a cyber criminal. That's a violation of our free speech. And let's talk about the next section, which is Section 92. And this section allows the authority to issue binding orders to innovators, software engineers, service providers to secure emerging technology. So in simple terms, they can tell startups what they can build, how they can build it, or even stop them, right? That's direct state control over innovation under the banner of cyber safety. And the next section is 94 to 94B. They have added new offenses like unlawful access, computer forgery, and computer-related fraud. Some are valid, but the language is broad, so it can easily criminalize ethical hacking or even testing your own systems. Every major authoritarian turn in modern history starts with laws like this. So they write the laws very softly. I mean, they try to make it open, or you can submit your input, and then they justify it as protection. So Nigeria said that their Cybercrime Act will protect citizens, and later on we saw it jailing journalists for criticizing governors. Now Ghana's bill gives the state the same toolkit. They can arrest, prosecute, seize, and then silence you. So if one government agency can write the rules, enforce them, and then punish you, that's not cybersecurity.
It looks like progress, but when you dive deeper into the thing, you realize that the way the amendment has been written, it gives too much power to one authority, and that's where the danger lies. So, first of all, the cybersecurity, the CSA, the Cybersecurity Authority, will have power to investigate, prosecute, and freeze your assets. That means that one body can act as the police, the prosecutor, and the judge's assistant all at once.
I see.
Right? And normally it's the police that will investigate, and then the prosecutors will charge, and then the judges will decide if you are guilty or not.
Yeah.
But then this law blends all that into one authority. Imagine you put something online, or you are running your business, and then they come and then they say that you are under investigation. They can freeze your money right away, and only go to court after 2 weeks.
So they don't need a warrant.
No.
They've been empowered enough to, like,
To do that.
exercise some of, these things.
Yes. But then all they need to. So if you read the bill, sometimes all they need is just a 7-day notice.
Okay,
to write
the 7-day notice.
That's all they need, and they can come and then do whatever they want to do, right? So if you are arrested, or if your money is frozen under this bill, and then later you are found innocent, there is no clear path to compensate you. They don't. The law just gives them power to act, but then they don't repair anything.
They destroy, they don't repair.
They don't repair anything.
Okay.
Right. And then what is alarming is also the money involved.
I see.
Because the CSA will be keeping 50% of all fines it collects, plus a cut of communication tax. That's 12% of that, and then 9% of corporate tax. So for people who don't know, the communication tax is just they take it from your airtime, your data bundles, and your call charges. They are going to take 12% of that, and then 9% of corporate taxes. So think about this: the same body that decides who to punish will profit from the punishment.
Okay. Then this will be even a motivational factor to go after people, because they will be profiting.
Conflict of interest, a serious one. A serious one. So these are some of the concerns in there, right? And then, like I said, the bill allows them to come and inspect. They'll come for inspections without a court warrant. If you own a business, they can come there and then inspect your things. But then they'll just give you a 7-day written notice that they are coming to check your things. And, so, for example, you like this, they can come to KSS, and then they'll just come and go through your systems, documents, and even interview your staff. They can come and hold Scanty's neck. And they say that give us
make you divulge information.
He can't do anything, because he'll either pay a fine or go to jail if he doesn't comply. And that's alarming.
So it's basically them, like, giving them that much power to police whatever we do in this space.
Exactly. Right. And all we are begging for is that they review some of these things, because this power in the wrong hands, it won't be a good thing.
Okay.
People can exploit some of these loopholes.
What about the misinformation and the disinformation aspect? Because right now,